Paramash. I don't think I could hear you.
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, good. So
Looks
we are
like
the only
we're,
two in class now.
yeah, we're the
Uh,
only ones here so far.
so we don't have to present anything today?
No, I think we'll just talk about that individual assignment. How did you do on it?
I did okay. I was working yesterday. I didn't know. I usually work like 12-hour shifts, like 3 or
Okay.
4 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry I didn't mention it beforehand. I know you do work a lot.
Yeah. I work
Yeah.
sometimes emergency, sometimes general practice. And I was yesterday, I didn't see anything in our group message. And I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I think, oh, we need a seminar for that. And then I texted and you guys told me about that. So I came
Yeah.
home. I think I did okay, but I have to see what he will grade.
Okay. Well, yeah, the one with the math problems probably wasn't so bad
Yeah.
because it's just easy, quick, punch in the numbers,
Yeah.
follow the formula, punch it in. But
Exactly.
were you able to get a half page write up on the supply chain for whatever company?
I did. I chose,
What company did you choose?
I think it's a Walls company. I'll tell you. Um, it's it's like a intellectual property developer.
Okay.
It's called it's walls.com. Design, like if you want to find a patent, they work with biotech patent groups. They work with mainly pharmaceutical mainly.
Okay. Did you write up anything about how they were affected by COVID or
Yeah,
not really?
yeah, they were actually they're doing good because now most of the pharma companies, like everybody wants to jump into the COVID vaccine, so
Right.
everybody will come up with a diagnostic tool or technique,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to patent that
Okay.
because this is the time you can make money on it. Otherwise, if you can't do the patent, if you have like a lot of people working on the same technology, so the faster you are, the better.
Exactly.
So
Okay, cool. Yeah, I forgot to mention COVID in my write up,
uh,
so hopefully he doesn't take off points for me.
I think
Yeah.
he's okay. While it comes to grading, he's not that bad.
Yeah.
He likes to bring everybody to the same level, you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
And,
agree. I agree.
yeah, happened in the past,
Cool,
so
cool.
I think he's okay. I don't know how long he's going to take today.
Hopefully only a little bit over an hour. I mean, I looked at the
Uh,
the PowerPoint and then the case is about FedEx, but it looks like the
yeah,
answers are in there or something. Did you guys take a look at the FedEx case?
no, I'm actually looking now.
Okay. Looks
Uh,
like there's a solution, like an answer. I don't know.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Isha, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah.
So this is your first semester?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dr. Kim, how are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Good.
Hello.
Just a moment. are you, everybody?
Good.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, little bit wait. Okay. Today, I was going to use this classroom computer, but earlier the network problem, so I changed it to my laptop, and then I try again. So it takes for a while. Okay, good. I will share screen. And then, yes. Okay, in class, now can you read? Okay. On mine, if you can read this case about the FedEx on screen, or this file is on Moodle. So I will give you maybe 5 minutes to read this case. Hey. Okay, I think it is enough time to read. And this case, ask a question and then it give us the answers too. So FedEx says it's a super hub in Memphis, Tennessee. And then it asked why was Memphis picked as FedEx's central location. And then answer is, oh, it is located in the middle of the US and it has very few hours of bad weather closures, perhaps contributing to the firm's excellent flight safety record. And it provided FedEx with a generous tax incentive. Now, I will try to up the map, US map. Okay. Use Google Map. So this is in United States. You know, I got my PhD degree from Nebraska here, Lincoln, Nebraska. At that time, we said, oh, Nebraska is the center of the US. So it's like in the fold the US map. Then the point is the center point is like in Nebraska. But it says, you know, the Memphis middle of the US. Not true, right? Not true. I think Memphis is rather east side. Tennessee is here, and then Memphis about here. So it's like in south east side, but they said it's middle of the US. Anyway, if they consider only the position, then maybe Nebraska or Kansas somewhere. But other factors like safety and weather. So other factors, weather condition, and then because better weather condition, few hours of bad weather, so safety improved. And then also tax incentives. So when they decide location, there are many factors, like where it is. And then other factors like safety, weather, tax incentives, and then infrastructure, and so on. Then I will So, and then before I came here, I was in Alabama here. So here Montgomery. And then in Montgomery, I cannot. Oh, this is 85. And then about here, think about here, Hyundai plant. So Hyundai plant locate there, and manufacturers to decide. So first, infrastructure. So highways, 85 and 65 goals. And then is here, there is no railway. I think somewhere closer to the Hyundai plant railway. And then also the Mobile port here. So it's a convenient area to access. The part come from other countries, from China, Korea, and so on. So using this Mobile, and then it may use the highway and then a railway. And then near the plant is here, yeah, just inside the Montgomery. And then somewhere here, there is an airport. So very convenient location. And also Alabama state, they have their tax incentive. And then there are people, workers, relatively low wage workers. So it's very good location. And then one thing more, I don't know if you are familiar with golf. In Alabama, there are about 10 courses designed by RTJ, Robert Trent Jones. So very famous golf courses there. So many people from outside come to play that course. One of the RTJ course is in here. RTJ golf course at Capitol Hill. And the people like to play golf. So during the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, they go there. Then in parking lot, Hyundai. So one of the rumor, because the golf course was there, so they Hyundai place planted there. It's not a very nice course. Now they quit, but then LPGA, one of the LPGA tournaments was there. So during I was there, I volunteered 6 times for the LPGA tournament. So anyway, when we decide the location, there are many factors. So today's lecture is about, oops, bring up this one. So FedEx placed that the central location on a hub in Memphis with many considerations. So chapter 8, location strategies. This one is one of the 10 strategic decision in operations management. Okay. Importance of location, one of the most important decision firm makes because it is one of 10 decisions, strategic decision in operations management. And increasingly global in nature. So global business increase and then more important. So global location and so on. So location decision is important. And significant impact on fixed and variable cost. Because this location decision is not like here, it says decisions made relatively infrequently. Because location, decide location for like a plant, store, and so on, like something fixed, right? So this one, decide location is the long-term decision. So it is very important because high fixed cost. And then also based on location, like an labor cost, and then transportation cost, and so on. So depending on where it is, variable cost also different. And it says long-term decision because it's decided something planned and so on. And then once committed to a location, many resources and cost issue are difficult to change because it is fixed cost and then long-term decisions, so it's harder to change later. So location decision is very important. Okay, then when we decide location, then considerations or issues, proximity to customer. If we open a new store, then try to open new store where customer. So many cases, many times, when we go market, then sometimes they ask our zip code, right? That means the store is considering open new locations. So they try to find where customer come. Then total cost, like I said earlier, based on where, then transportation cost and labor cost and so on. Total cost and based on location. And then quality of labor. So it's like we said condensed impact, condensed effect. Like we said somewhere similar business there, condensed like that, because there is labors, quality of labor, like here in California. What valley? Near San Francisco? Yeah. Silicon Valley. Because there is labor, quality labor. So business go there. And then other facilities like suppliers, then go there. And then political risk. many countries, politically, there is no risk. So away from that kind of country and trading bloc, and then host community infrastructure suppliers, such as other facilities, trade zone, free trade zone, and then government values. Now, United States and to China, something barriers, and then environmental regulation and comparative alternatives. So many issues we should consider when we decide location. When we decide location, country decision, political risk, we already talked about that, and then culture and economic issue. Culture change, difference. You know, in Atlanta, there is Coca-Cola something, a building, and then I've been there. It's like a little small size theme park. So go there, and then when we go at the fast restaurant, then we can get our drink dispenser machine. So many, and then all are Coca-Cola product. The same Coca-Cola, but Korean Coca-Cola, Japanese Coca-Cola, China Coca-Cola, and every country's Coca-Cola tastes different because their taste different. So we can say it's localized. So by their culture or their taste, use different product or different taste or strategies. We should consider their culture, and then market, where market is, and then labor, the same story, and then supplies. Exchange rate is important because exchange rate change, and then sometimes the politically or economically risk country, then exchange rate fluctuate. So we should consider this, that kind of risk. And then regional decision, corporate desire, have you been In-N-Out hamburger? Do you know In-N-Out hamburger in California? But here in Midwest and this eastern area, not available, right? You cannot have that In-N-Out. This time, In-N-Out expanded to Colorado. So if the company desire expand to all around the country, then they come. But based on whatever factor they decide, this time until the Colorado, maybe transportation or delivery, something like that. And then attractiveness of region, maybe tax things, maybe, and then labor cost, and the environmental regulation, and government policy and incentives, and then if there is much use. In-N-Out, if the In-N-Out want to expand all over the country, then In-N-Out need distribution center, regional center, and something like that. Then land construction cost and so on. And then site decision, site size and cost, infrastructure, airway, like a Hyundai place the plant in that area, and zoning restriction, and others are almost the same. Okay, then when we decide location, then we can use some method. The first one is a factor weighting method or factor weighting systems. Many cases now we use this factor weighting system or method. If there are multiple locations, like a candidate locations, then define what is now most important factor. Next one, and next one. So give factors weight, and then evaluate locations or candidates, and then hire winner, like that. So two candidates, sites, A and B, and then whatever plant or something. The most important factor is fuels in the region, so highest weight, and then power, second, labor, on third, and of course at the same weight, and so on, and then evaluate each location about the factor, give scores, and then add all scores, and then hire winner like this. And then transportation method of linear programming. If there are multiple suppliers and then multiple destinations, then how to match? Maybe criteria is maximize cost, maximize the profit or sales, minimize cost or minimize the time, minimize distance, and so on. We will talk about this transportation method later, again, with other chapters. And center of gravity method, or other name is centroid method. If there are multiple existing locations, and then if the company needs like a warehouse or distribution center, then maybe the center of the existing location is the best place. So finding the best place in existing locations. Example here, if there are existing locations, 5 existing locations, this one is in California. So first location is Long Beach, Anaheim, La Habra Grande, and Thousand Oaks. And then find the central location based on coordinate, X coordinate and Y coordinate, and also the volume of they need. So Long Beach needs 1,500, Anaheim 250 gallons of, actually this one is million, gallons of gasoline. Using formula, finding X coordinate for center point, and then Y coordinate for center point using a formula like this. So X coordinate for center point first location, existing locations, x coordinate times volume, the first location need, plus second location, x coordinate times volume, second location need, and so on, divided by total material, whatever need. So center point x coordinate is 308, and then y coordinate the same. Y coordinate of first one, volume, second y locations, y coordinate times volume, and add all, and then divide by total material they need, and then 217. So center point here, centroid is 308 and 217. And then we may use computer software, so-called Geographic Information System, GIS. Using this computer software, we can decide using whatever factors, then we can decide. That's all for chapter 8. And then chapter 9, layout strategies. Yes.
I just had a question about the chapter 8. Would a company typically have like a consulting firm come in versus having somebody in-house trying to come up with what the
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. If they have the ability to decide themselves, then using in-house the resource. But if they don't have the inside in-house ability, then they use consulting company. Everything is the same, right? So like our school need like a certain system. Then if we have personnel, then use our personnel develop that kind of system. But if we don't have, then ask other like a consulting company and so on. Then they use the same criteria, method, and so on. For example, actually, this factor rating method is using now many cases. One of the cases in Korea, the biggest city and capital city is Seoul. The second largest city is Busan, so way south of the Korean peninsula. And then the traveler increased, so the Busan, the city needs a bigger airport. So choose a couple of candidate locations, and then based on factors like airports, the most important thing is safety, right? So wide open area, so accessibility and safety, and then transportation, the infrastructure, and so many factors. And finally, two candidate locations, and then using this factor rating system. And then usually they have some kind of cut-off line, but two cities didn't satisfy the cut-off line, so failed. So now find the location again and so like this. So actually, this factor rating method is using now. And then layout strategy. This one also one of the 10 decision, strategic decision in operations management. Do did you realize when I teach this class in my home? Earlier, my background is, and then last week, you don't know yet. Yeah, I changed the layout the day before yesterday. I changed my desk position, and then earlier I used the partition, black partition. So my background is not fancy. So the day before yesterday, I changed my desk position.
Oh, fancy.
Not fancy, but very clean, because only the white wall can see. Not fancy, but very clean. So next time, next week, you will see my. So layout is very important. Very important. The layout, one of the key decisions that determine the long-run efficiency of operations. Based on types of process, they should write in the proper location, layout for the efficiency. And then it is organizations in comparative priority, capacity, and so on. Okay. Layout design, higher utilization of space, equipment, and people. Yes, no, you know, this time because of the pandemic situation, we make a different layout to make distance, maintain social distancing and so on. So anyway, location, I say location, layout is important, and improve flow of material, people, information, improve employee moral and safer working condition. Yeah, we made the safe, and then improve customer interaction, and then flexibility. Okay, types of layout. First one is process-oriented layout, job shop style. Job shop style, I think now we can, we will talk about more. Anyway, types of layout. Process-oriented layout, we call that job shop style. And then work center or functional layout. Examples are office layout, retail layout, and warehouse layout. Assembly line layout, product-oriented layout, work cell layout, and then project layout. First, the process-oriented layout. Low volume, high variety production. Many different types of product items, but each one's volume is low. So this kind of process need customization. So for the customization, process-oriented layout is the best layout. And then office layout, similar, many different types of works, and then each one, not many, same. So this process-oriented office layout and retail layout, warehouse layout, they are similar. And then product-oriented layout, same one, come again and again, like a manufacturing company or automobile companies. Same product flow on the like line. We call that product-oriented layout, and then line type layout. But the importance is in this layout, assembly line balancing is important. Capacity of each stages of jobs should be balanced. And then work cell layout using group technology from office layout, retail layout, warehouse layout. From this layout, we can change this layout as cellular layout, like a cell. Okay, I'm not sure if I can do this. Using group technology, I will try to draw. If this is an office or departmental warehouse layout type, then this one is 1, 2, 3, kind of functional area. 4, 5, 6. Then type A need 1, 2, 5 functions. Then type B need 1, 2, 6 functions. And then type C need, let's say 3, 4, and 5. And type D need 3, 4, and 6. So grouping similar process or similar parts. So A and B, type A and B process, similar 1, 2. Then C, D, similar 3 and 3, 4. Then here 5 and 6 and 5 and 6. So based on this similarity, make cell one, 2. In this cell 1 and 2, and this cell 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. Cell. So this is a cellular layout, work cell layout. So type A come and then send it this way, and then go 5 and then out. And then B come out here, C, and here, D, same like this. So before using this cellular layout or work cell layout, A come and then here 1, 2, 5 and out, B 1, 2, 6 and out, C come 3 and 4 and then out, D 3 and 4, 6 and out like this. So before using this group technology or work cell layout, the passes are very complicated, and then the moving distance is longer. Using a cellular layout, then pass is simple, and then moving distance is minimized. So this is a work cell layout. So from the functional layout, office layout, warehouse layout, we can make a cell layout if they are similarity like this. And then fixed position layout. Other name is like the project layout. When we say project, produce something big one, like build a ship, build a house, and so on. So product, other layout or process, product move. But this case, product is fixed there, and then equipment placed around the product, and then workers move. So product is a fixed. So we call this fixed position layout, fixed layout, or project layout. That's all for today's lecture. Only 45 minutes I used. In class, I try to make it short. And online only, and longer like this to minimize contact. Anyway, that's all for today, but you have assignment. This is not a handing assignment, but think about it. In this northeast Pennsylvania area, we call NEPA, right? NEPA. Along the 81 and then 80 highway, I can see many warehouse buildings, distribution center, warehouse, and so on. So think about why those distribution center or the warehouse place here. Why? So don't just think about it. Try to find maybe article, maybe news. So from internet, why in that part area so many warehouse and distribution center here? So it's like a location, find the location factor, why they are here. So about that, next class, at the beginning of the class, we will discuss about that. And then next Wednesday, online only. As I announced, 1 week in class, 1 week online, 1 week in class, and so on like that. Okay, any question or suggestion, complaint? You don't have a complaint about making one online, one in class, one online. Okay, thank you very much for your understanding. Okay, that's all, and see you next Wednesday online. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Dr. Kim.
Dr. Kim, have a good night.